What's up everyone, welcome to Nodes. So in this video demonstration we will be creating our very first application in Nestjs right from scratch. So for creating our very first application in Nestjs we have to perform some steps. The very first step is to check whether Node.js is installed in your computer or not. If it is installed, so we are ready to go. Otherwise what you have to do is to go to the official website of Node.js and install Node.js in your computer. After installing Node.js, what you have to do is to install the Nest command line interface globally in your computer by running this command right from here. You can see these steps right in the documentation of Nest.js by going to docs.nestjs.com. After installing Nest CLI command line interface, what you have to do is to create Nestjs project by using this command line interface by running this command in your terminal. After running this command, Nest CLI will create the very first project of Nestjs in your directory. So after creating your very first project, what you have to do is to just run this command to run your project and then go to your browser and type http localhost 3000, and when you will just hit the URL you will get hello world from Nestjs application. So these are the steps to create your very first project in Nestjs. So what are you waiting for? Let the fun begins. Okay, so welcome guys to our practical demonstration of creating our very first application in Nestjs. So for creating our very first application in Nestjs, you have to install the command line interface of Nestjs. Okay, so let's go to Google. Let's go to our very first documentation, which is docs.nestjs.com. okay, so it's saying running the application. So just go to the first steps, and right over here you can see, if you scroll down, you can see that we have to install this CLI, as well as then we have to create the new project right over here. Okay, so this commands install the NestJs Cli globally in your computer, and the next command creates the very first project. Okay, so before running these commands, just make sure that you are having Node.js installed in your computer. So for checking that, you have to just open your command prompt right over here. Okay, and just type node -- version. If you are getting this version, which in my case is 16.14.2, that means you're good to go, you are having Node. Otherwise what you have to do is to just go to this website right over here, nodejs.org, and download Node.js from here, and just run the installer, and then Node.js will be installed in your computer. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so the next thing you have to do is to just install the CLI globally. So again, open the command prompt. Okay, so just copy this command from the documentation, just copy it and paste it over here. Okay, so it will install the command line interface of Nestjs globally. Okay, just enter it. Okay, so it will take some time depending on your internet connection, so I will just come back when it's done. So here you can see that I have completely installed the Nestjs command line interface. So for checking that if Nest command line interface is installed successfully, all you have to do is to just type nest -- version. So this will check the current version of Nest command line interface. Okay, so in my case it's 8.2.5. that means I have completely installed the Next command line interface. So the next step would be to use this command line interface to create the very first project in Nestjs. Okay, so the command here is, if you go to the documentation, you can see the command here is nest new and then your project name. Okay, so just open the terminal again. Let's go to desktop. I will be creating my application on the desktop directory. You can choose any other directory if you like. Okay, so the command is nest new, and in my case let's give the name my app. Okay, so my project name will be my app, and just hit enter. And after hitting enter, let's see what it says. Okay, so we will scaffold your app in a few seconds. Okay, so right over here you can see it's asking for me that which package manager you would choose. I would go with npm, but you can use yarn if you like. Okay, so installation is in progress. So after the installation will be completed, I will come back. Okay, it will take some time. Okay, so here you can see that Nestjs application is created successfully, and it's created our project as my-app. Okay, so let's just change the directory to my-app, and as I will be using Visual Studio Code as my default editor, so I have to do is to just open this in Visual Studio Code as code and then dot. Okay, So this will, Visual Studio will open it in the current directory, which is my app right over here, and all I have to do is to just run this application and see if everything is working fine. Okay, so for running application, you have to just go to the documentation, and you can see that here running the application, this section. Okay, just click it, and here you can see that once the installation process is complete, you can just run this command right over here, which will run your application. Okay, so just copy this command, copy it, just go to the Visual Studio Code. I will be opening my integrated terminal. So just open the integrated terminal and just paste this command, which is npm run, and start. Okay, so let's see if our application starts without any bugs. Okay, so it's taking some time. Okay, so still it's taking some time, and here you can see that it's Nest application successfully started, and I think it by default it starts on port 3000. Let me just reconfirm it from the documentation, and yeah, it says it starts on localhost 3000. Just copy this thing right from here and open a new tab and paste it right over here. Okay, so let's press enter, and here you can see that I'm getting hello world right from our Nestjs application. Okay, so for reconfirming that it is coming from Nestjs application, I will close my application from Control C, and it's saying you have to terminate the job, and yes, I want to quit my application, and let's see if it works again. Okay, so no, it's not working. You can see still that's rolling, and say connection is refused. Okay, so let's see, let's start one more time. Okay, again it will take some time, I think. Okay, I start. Okay, it takes a few seconds to start for the first time, maybe always it's taking some time. Okay, right over here you can see it's successfully started, and let's see if I'm getting this from the application. So yeah, right over here you can see again hello world appeared, so it means it's coming from our Nestjs application right from here. Okay, so that's it for this video lecture. I think we have successfully installed NestJs Cli and created our very first Nestjs project right from scratch. Okay, so in the next video demonstration we will be discussing about the folder structures, what are the files, what are the folders, and what each file is doing in this Nestjs application. Okay, so what's the basic purpose of these files. So see you in the next video lecture. Thanks for watching.